we are now into the practical aspect of the website design. So what we'll do is, I'm going to give you a kind of already built website, and then I'll just show you how to change basically, or how to design anything on that website. So it is only for those that have computer systems. Yes, you can't really do this with your mobile phone. All right. So we're going to use um, this particular website as a case study. So basically, I made this website for real estate. Yeah, that's why I've not changed the title, should in case you see the caption. But then I just put this in order for you to see, for the purpose of this class. So you can see the everything on this. You can see the phone number, and then the navigation bar, and so on and so forth. So this is the full home page. Yeah, this is the full home page that you have. Okay, this is a kind of a slider that slide on your website. So when you come for the paid class, we teach you how to do basically everything on this. Yeah, that's a kind of slider, and you can see how beautiful that looks. All right, so these are, like I said, I just designed this basically for this class. So you can see the contact info. You can see we have a disclaimer there, telling you that it is not a real information. That's because this is basically for medical consultants. And then you can see the copyright. Yeah. So now let's enter the back end of this website. Let's check on how we can, work or edit on this website. So we have, so now when you buy, what we use to design this is WordPress. All right. So we are going to enter into the back end of this and then see how that works. So for the purpose of this video, I won't be able to go through doing everything from beginning to end, but let me just show you example of let's use Affistost to, all right, you can see the Affistost. These are the company that have that where you buy your server, or that host the server of your website. Yeah, you can come here, and maybe if you have an account, I'll just go in and log in with my own email. Okay, so you can see I already have an account there. This is your hosting server. Yeah, Affistost is your hosting server. This is what hosts your internet. Of course, when you come for the paid class, we're going to explain every bit of this for you so that you can understand basically what you are doing. All right. Okay. In here, we are trying to show you how to check for your domain name first before you go ahead in building any website. All right. So we'll come here and check, for our domain names. Of course, if you have a company and you want to register the company, once you go to CAC, they will be able to check first if that name has been registered before even going to register that name. So let's check for our name first. We have, let me say, Picme. Yeah, I want to pick this kind of name, picme.com, or let's just say Picme. Then you now choose whether you want it in .com or .ng or whatever. If your name is available, then maybe somebody have already used the name. If you type here Picme, yeah, you can see picme.ng is unavailable. It means that someone else have used this name. All right, so the only thing you can use inside here is, you can see this picme.com is unavailable, picme.com.ng is unavailable, but picme.top is available. Then picme.icu is unavailable. Now, before you write all these things, or you write .com or .ng, these servers are usually related to what they are doing. Let's say, where are you trying to reach out? Are you working in Nigeria? Or that is a long process, but I'm still going to create this time to explain it. Are you working? Do you want to do your website in Nigeria, or do you want to do your website? You want your website to be hosted in other big countries? Not because they can't really, access your website if you do .ng, that's which is Nigeria, but it is going to be delaying. It will be delaying because the server is not wide, all right? But if you have your website to be a kind of, let's say, .org, yeah, this kind of website can be accessed, let's say like your church website, because your church is not limited to your country alone. So they usually have something like .org. Yeah, they usually have something like .org, because that website is not just accessible in your country. They can't just have .ng, because when you say .ng, you are limited to Nigeria, and that does not mean that they can access it, but it will be slowing down. All right, and which those white people, they don't really want something that will delay them, or you want to access a particular website and it's taking you seconds or minutes, they will just leave it. All right, so that's just brief of that, why we usually. And also another thing is, let's say your kind of business that you are doing. Let's say I want to build a website for education. I will say pygmy.edu.ng or .org. So you are going to put that your website based on, let's say you want to do mobile. Yeah, pygmy.mobi.ng. Yeah, you can see how these things works. Or maybe you want to do, there are so many things, but in our paid class we explain to you much more. In businesses, you commonly see .com. Yeah, in businesses you see .com, you see .com.ng, and so on and so forth. All right, so that is that on that. But you can see that Pygmy is unavailable. So let me pick up another name and let's go to Loveth. Let's say Loveth Hair. Yeah, let's say you want to build website for your hair. lovethhair.com. Yeah, the domain must be one name. Okay, of course you can have it in space. So you click search. Okay, it's showing you that lovethhair.ng is available. So that means if you want to buy this website on loveth.com is 20,000. You want to buy it on .com.ng is 6,050 naira. You want to buy .top is 15,000, and so on and so forth. Now, depending on the kind of website you want to build, if it is a business website, you can choose .com or .mg. If it is maybe a kind of education website, you can choose .edu. Yeah, you are going to basically type that and then it will pop up to what you need, or you can see thousands of it from here and then you choose whatever you want to do. All right, so that is that on that. So you can see how you can basically check your name of your website if it is available. So that is that on that. On the server, these are the server that hosts these are the companies that host your website. All right, Afis hosts. We have Q server. Yeah, this particular website I built is hosting on Q server. So you can just come here. My information is already there on my system by default. So you can see this is my dashboard for this particular website you are seeing. Yeah, this is my dashboard for this particular website. So from here, you can see there are a lot of things that you might not even be able to understand. All right, but in our paid class, we'll be able to explain everything in this. Choose our design. All right, because everything has been programmed. Just basically you just come to pick design. So you come to this dashboard and then I've already showed us how to enter this platform. Of course, when you come for the paid class, we'll show you everything on how it is done. Then you come here to the theme. Then when you click on the theme, yeah, you click on the theme. Yeah, you wait, it's loading. Now when you click on the theme, you come here and then you can basically pick any type of website that you want. You can see this. So let's say you want to pick okay, let me say I want to pick website for e-commerce website. So we can just say add theme. Yeah, we'll come here to add theme. Then we'll see how that is gonna be. Then you can see upload theme, and then you can see search for theme. So let's say we want to search for let's say we want to search for shopping website. Let's see if we have that. This is WordPress giving you the website. All right, we have, yeah, you can see shopping website. That's a kind of e-commerce website. You can see example of an e-commerce website. All right, so when you click on anyone, then you will see, or then you can then customize all this to your taste or to your own type of design that you have in mind or you want your website to look like. So you can see, but in programming, for you to have this, you must code them. All right, you will now begin to code basically everything on it. Okay, welcome back from that practical class on website design. So we're going to teach you how you can monetize your your website. So you can just go to your one of your freelancing app. You just like go there, LinkedIn, then you build website for small businesses and get paid. All right, so you can create a profile on LinkedIn or any other freelancing app, and then you just write what you can do. But that must have been when you are a master of what you are doing. All right, so we have done that practical, and then we come to the closing of website design training. All right, so if you like what you are seeing and you want to know more, please, a WhatsApp link has been dropped in our comment section. So you just basically click on that WhatsApp link, and then you can come and then request for your paid class, and then know which course you want to do. Then we tell you how to go about it. All right, the reason we're releasing all these courses is because we want to enable you to decide what course should I learn. All right, these are career courses, so you might not be able to learn all at a time. You won't be able to do so. All right, so even we have tutorials, we have instructors, we have admins that we teach you on each of this course. One person is not going to carry all of this. All right, so that is that on website design. So see you in our next video.